We'll focus on lead time optimization and order consolidation. So we first start with the lead time optimization. So before we start the lead time optimization, we need to understand what is lead time and what is optimization. Then we will understand the combination of lead time optimization. So what is lead time? So if I have defined lead time, so we need to understand in the business there is a business there is a relationship which exists between the seller and the buyer. So buyer buys either products or services of the seller. So what are the terms? What are the terms of business? Terms of this business between buyer and the seller. First term is there would be a time frame in which a seller has to deliver the products to the buyer facility. Okay. Similarly, quality or specific design or product or service requirements. Third, costing. Means it is cost of the product. Fourth is transportation. Transportation cost and medium. Fifth is AMC, that's called annual maintenance contract. Sixth is returns free for defective and unwanted products. So first, seventh is shelf life of the product. Okay. So these are some of the, not some, but most of the contract or most of the engagements which seller and buyers do, they'll contain, they will contain these kind of requirements. So based on the business, some more elements can be added depending upon the seller and buyer's strengths and weakness. So there are some more elements can be added on this. So now question comes, we are focusing on in this class is on this trading is lead time optimization. Our focus is on lead time optimization. Now my question comes is why we decide or why we ask to a supplier to ship the product within a time frame or time zone or on a given date. There is a question, right? Why we ask, why we ask our seller to ship the product by 24th of June 2007? Why we ask supplier and why we give a date? to a supplier to ship the product before a given date. Okay, that's the question. What will happen if supplier delays the delivery of product, or what is the impact on the buyers facility if supplier delays the delivery of the product. Now, how much impact in terms of financial metrics and the brand value would come on the buyer's business if the delivery of the product is delayed. Okay. Now the next question is, what are the mitigation or other channels to be employed to minimize the delivery risk from the supplier? Okay. So if we answer these questions, then we would be in a position to optimize our lead time at a great level. Okay. Now we'll see what is lead time. So here is my seller, here is my buyer. I am going to list out the activities here. Seller activities, and here will be buyer activities. And we'll calculate the time. So our first activity. Who does the first activity? Buyer. Buyer, what is the activity? He will release proposal. Okay. Now the second activity. Who he will acknowledge. Okay. So we'll see the lead time a little later. So what is third activity now here is changes, if any, on the PO, or except the PO. That will be done by and provide the date of availability. So these things will be done by the seller. Fourth thing, accept or reject the recommendations of the supplier. Yeah. So after we accept or reject, then if accepted, then assume accepted. Supplier will stop available. Stop available. If stock not available, if stock not available, but raw material is fully available. Stock, but raw material is partially available. And raw material is not available. There's three scenarios here. Yeah. So 5 point, let me read 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, and 5.4. There's four scenarios. Okay. So based on these four scenarios, no, so the lead time will vary. Lead time of delivery will vary. So let's see, if stock is available, then what will happen?
Product is ready to ship.
Correct. So here, packaging
Packaging and dispatch.
plus loading plus transport plus statutory clearance plus unloading. Here, manufacturing plus all those things. Here, ordering raw material
plus C24
plus receiving raw material, then plus the leftover.
C24.
Same thing here also. What buyer will be here? Quality check plus approval or rejection and returns.
Hello.
Yeah, Prashant.
Sir, in real time also, while coordinating with the client, you have to map their process in the same way, right?
Yeah, we have to, those things have to do in Visio.
In Vision only,
In
okay.
Visio. Here we are doing in this format, but we have to do all those in Visio.
Okay.
When the mapping comes, when the word mapping comes means we are doing Visio.
Okay.
Quality check plus approval plus rejection or returns. Now here it is same thing. Here also same thing will happen. Here also same thing will happen. Same thing will happen. One more thing we have to add is payment pending. Previous delivery payment pending. Generally, if any supplier whom we have not paid the previous deliveries payment, okay, he will ask us to pay.
In some companies, if there is a pending claim also, they will release new POs.
They release any POs, but actually what happens is if there's sometimes due, overdue.
Overdue.
Yeah, the big payment is there, which is overdue, then suppliers will
Hmm.
reset the POs. They'll ask first to pay the previous payments. So that also will actually create a delay in approving the or acknowledging the new POs. The last step will be we will send the invoice. Seller will send the invoice. We are doing invoice verification. And the last step is payment. Invoices as per PO and delivery. So so the purpose of drawing this entire activity is we need to understand what is lead time. Lead time is a journey or is a time duration between the beginning of an activity to the end of end of an activity. But between seller and supplier, so there will be multiple activities happening. For each activity will take some time to accomplish. So how many activities are happening between seller and buyer? Okay. So the number of activities happening between seller and buyer will determine the lead time. The lead time is, suppose here what happening beginning of the beginning the first step to the end to the last step. The first step is the PO creation. Last step is the delivery. So between the PO creation to the delivery, what are the activities happening and how much time each activity is taking. Okay? And the cumulative time of all the activities which is happening between from the point of start to the point of end, or that is point of PO to the point of delivery, is called lead time. Okay. So if suppose if a lead how can we reduce the lead time? How can we reduce the lead time? Okay, let's put some data here. So reducing a PO 1 day. Supplier complaint that previous payments are there. So let's assume there is no previous payments. Acknowledgement of PO. If it takes 1 day, or let's take 2 days. Changes, if anything is there, It's take 1 day. He's taking 1 day. Buyer. Let me color this. Okay. Stock available. So he will take packaging and everything. For packaging, loading, transportation, let's assume 15 days. This is scenario number one.
Please, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
This time period is that buyer end or seller end? From both ends.
This is seller. We are looking at the activities which seller is doing and putting a time. So it is between seller and buyer. So here, if it there some activities seller is doing, some activities the buyer is doing. So how much time for seller activities, how much time seller is taking? For the buyer activities, how much time buyer is taking? So we are trying to calculate the time and put over here. Okay. Try to put the here time also. Supplier activity time period like this. And this is buyer. I'm checking this time here based upon the activity. So here the buyer activities release purchase order is taking 1 day. I am saying there is no previous payments to be done by seller or the buyer. So
Buyer.
So seller is also not bothering about this. So both are having 0 time period. Acknowledgement, buyer has seller is taking 2 days. Changes if any PO on or accept the PO, he is also taking 1 day. Accept or reject recommendation that is done by the buyer, that is 1 day.
Buyer.
Okay. Then delivery of the product that is done by supplier is taking 15 days. Okay, here's scenario number 1. Okay. 6.1 is a scenario number 1. So here
If stock is available.
if stock is available.
By 17th day, we can get the product.
Yes. So this I'll just put subtotal here. So subtotal. So what is total number of days here? 1 plus 2, 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 4, 19.
20 days.
3, 2 plus 3, 3 4 plus 20 days.
If stock is available.
Stock is available. Now we'll go to scenario number 2. Put the color. Okay, so here this let's go put this one quality check. Okay, it will be more than that. So we have the quality check and approval for rejection of item, right? So this also will take around 2 days. This will become 22 days. Now here again I'll put the same 2 days, and here the manufacturing time is extra. So I'll take manufacturing time of 7 days. I'll say 7 days of manufacturing time. 5 days I put. So now 22 plus 5, 27 here.
29.
22 plus 29. 2 days already is there, right? 2 days you already taken before also.
Yeah. Okay.
That will remain same.
Okay.
So here it will be 27. So the reason of putting this 27 instead of 29 is very simple, because we already have taken this 2 days of lead time of quality check and
Quality check and
approval over here already.
okay.
Now the third thing, that is scenario number 3. 2 days is already there. So ordering raw material, receiving order, I'll take around 15 days. 15 plus 27. 15 plus 27, right? I'll just put here 15 here and 2 days here. So this will be 27 plus 15, 42. Now we will go to the fourth scenario. So again 2 days the same, and here it is what same again to be ordering material, receiving material, again the same. So let's put here same thing, but is again 44. Then invoice usually sent by supplier. He will send it by let me assume 7 days, and they will take for verification. They will take around 7 days, and as per the payment terms, payment of invoice will happen as per the payment terms. Okay, so here when we look at here, what is the best way to reduce the lead time or reduce the delivery time from supplier to buyer? Based upon the activities chart which we have drawn here, which supplier or on which state or on which scenarios we have mentioned here, 4 scenarios we have mentioned here. So which scenario will be the best to actually to manage so that we so that
Scenario 1.
scenario one, right?
by having inspection,
By having a
thorough inspection at client's location, supplier's location.
yeah. So there is one option. One way is by having a thorough inspection at supplier's facility, by seeing that whether they maintain stock of the product. First thing, okay. So what are the inspections we'll do? That's also right. Supplier audit.
Supplier audit.
So
Checking the
one,
facility,
checking the machines capacity.
capacity, storage capacity,
People, capacity, people, numbers,
manpower,
capacity.
manpower,
Yeah, same. Fourth, suppliers, their quality, rejections rate. Okay. Sixth, suppliers, their suppliers, lead time, costing of the suppliers product, their supply, their warehouses near buyer's buyer's facility. Engagement patterns with their supplier. I mean contracts. Contract management with their supplier. Then IT systems and decisions making platforms. Risk management. Risk index and risk management. Legality. Working capital strength and cash flow. Financial performance. Testimonials. Okay. So when we go to supplier audit, we will check all those things. Then advantages offered by supplier for contract engagements. 17. Thus it keeps stock of the required product. 18. Does he has capability to design the product. Transportation and packaging facilities. Okay, so when we go to supplier, we'll check all those things. Based upon that, we will decide the supplier really has the capability to do or to ship the product as per our requirement or not. Okay. So here, now if I want a delivery from supplier, so on the basis of these things, I can judge whether he has a capability to deliver the product at a shortest lead time. So what I will do with the supplier is I will ask the supplier to do to establish I will establish a contract with supplier, and in that contract I will mention that he can be assured of a specific amount of volume on a regular basis or at a specific time period, so that he keeps the stock with him. And if he keeps the stock with him, then what I am going to achieve is the lead time, reduction in the lead time. Okay. So scenario 1 is the best scenario, or at least scenario 2 is also good. If he doesn't have stock, but he keeps the raw material along with him. So scenario 1 is the first choice, scenario 2 is the second choice. Okay. So scenario 3 and scenario 4 are not the best choice. Okay. So this is what we have to see when when we do supplier audits, so that we can actually achieve the deliveries from suppliers mostly on the scenario 1 level. Okay. Now, there are two within scenario 1 also. Within scenario 1, there are two scenarios. One, he has a distribution facility. Near to the buyer's facility. Okay. This is second. He supplies. He has a factory.
Choosing a supplier which is nearest to our facility.
Yeah. He has a factory nearby to the buyer's facility. Third, he has a factory farther from the buyer's facility, and also do not have a distribution facility nearby the buyer's facility. So what I am saying within scenario 1, that is supplier keeps the stock. Supplier keeps the stock. Okay. So if he keeps the stock, it's very good option. But if he keeps the stock, but the supplier's facility, distribution facility and factory are very far from the buyer's facility. Okay.
In this case, you have to calculate the time taken for to complete the audit also.
Yeah, audit will be done before the POs. Before the POs are
okay.
So because whenever we assign the order to supplier, so with the PO, before the PO itself, the audits will be done, then only things will move forward.
What will happen if after the audit and PO release time, in that gap, if you deliver that material to other customer?
So it doesn't actually, we should not bother about, because we have not, supplier will not bother about us because we have not given the order to him. he has to do his business, right? He has to make money. So wherever the order first comes, he will release the product, because if for him stocking the product in the warehouse will not make sense for him. Right? We have to make the money.
Okay.
He will not wait for us. Wait for the buyer. So this is a scenario. Within scenario one, we have three scenarios. Supplier's factory is far, but he has a distribution facility closer to the buyer's facility. Supplier's factory and distribution facility both are very close to the buyer's facility. And third is supplier's facilities are not nearby to the buyer facility. Okay, so we will choose the scenario. If we have an option, then we will choose if a supplier has a distribution facility or a factory nearby to the buyer's facility. That will be ideal scenario, because it will reduce the lead time. Okay. So now we understand that how a lead time is built. How a lead time is built between a supplier and the buyer. Right? So, okay. But let us assume I have a product and I have a supplier. Okay. The product is only one product only. Let me say this is called a television. The supplier, let me say RK Enterprises. Also same product, I'll say SK Enterprises. I'll say BK Enterprises. So TK Enterprises. So I'll just same product, I have different suppliers. Let me say now here I measure the lead time. We take 10 days, we take 15 days, we take 12 days, we take 19 days. I'll say the cost. Cost is for him it is suppose let me say 10,000 rupees. For it is 9,500 rupees. For this it is 9,800 rupees. And this is 9,000 rupees. Okay. Quality or reviews, I'd say. Okay, reviews is 5 out of 5. Then review is 5 out of 5. 4 out of 5 and 4.5 out of, let me put 5 out of 5. Okay. AMC providing, yes. Providing, yes. Yes. Everybody is providing the annual maintenance contract. Now we have to choose a supplier for the product called television. So whom we will choose? Any can you attempt? Yeah. Prashant, can you attempt? Which particular supplier you have to choose?
From above these four suppliers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
the TK Enterprise
TK Enterprise. Why? Why?
in terms of cost.
Okay. In terms of because cost is lowest. Quality is
Cost
the
is low.
best. Quality is best, and he is providing the AMC.
Uh, in terms of both cost and the time means BK Enterprise.
In terms of the cost and
Cost
the
and
timing,
delivery time.
delivery time. Okay. So is this 12? Okay. Yeah. Good. Very good analysis.
Only two.
Okay. Okay. I think Poonam has joined. Hi Poonam. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. So Poonam, we were studying two topics today. The first topic is lead time optimization, and second is
Okay.
order consolidation.
Okay.
So right now we have already covered few points on lead time. Now we are actually
Okay.
trying to make a decision. So whom should we actually allot the order?
Okay.
So we are trying to make a decision now. So I have one product and four suppliers. Okay. So the product name is television, and I have four suppliers: RK Enterprises, SK Enterprises, BK Enterprises, and TK Enterprises. So
Okay.
each have the delivery lead time, which is mentioned there in the
Hmm.
for lead time. Okay. Similarly, we also have mentioned their costs. We have also tracked their quality, means by we track their reviews, and I think
Okay.
everybody is doing pretty well. And everybody is providing the AMC, means AMC means annual maintenance contract. Okay. So now we have to decide the best supplier, whom to choose. Okay. So just now Prashant mentioned that he will choose either BK Enterprises or TK Enterprises. So for him, the BK Enterprise is the number one choice because the lead time and cost. Both are quite better.
Okay.
So here I will put one more variable. I will put revenue impact. Revenue impact per each day delay. Each day beyond 9 days of lead time. So I have included one more variable, which is telling me that what will be the impact on my revenue if I delay my purchase of TV beyond 9 days. Means the meaning of this is till 9 days I will not have any impact on revenue. But after beyond the ninth day, I will start having an impact. How it will be having an impact? Because I am going to put this television on the floor on my shop on my production floor. So if I telecast the processes, methods, so my workers will work good. And if I don't telecast, my workers will not be able to do good. So they make some errors. If they make errors, I will have rejections on the products. I will if I have rejections on the products, I will also make delays to the customer. Okay. So we have to measure the impact. Okay. So I'll say my workers cannot perform the duty in a proper way without television. Okay. So without television, I have 2% rejections. And with TV, I have, let's assume, I'll keep it simple, 0% rejection. So 2% rejection means I am rejecting 2% of the total products. Okay, and my each product cost is equal to 2000 rupees. Per day my production is, for example, 1000 units. So 2% means what? 0.02 into 1000. That is how much? I am already answered. 20 products. I am per day. If I don't have a TV in on my shop floor, per day I will be losing 20 products. Okay. So what is the cost of one product? 2000 rupees. So 20
40,000.
20 into 2000. Let's go around 40,000. So my per day loss is 40,000 rupees. Okay. So now let's measure it. I'm removing this because we already put this. Same data I'll put below because revenue loss beyond the revenue loss caused by delay beyond 9 days. So what we'll do here? So we'll measure how many days for 9 days we don't have any delays. Sorry, for 9 days we don't have any revenue loss. Okay, beyond 9 days we have a revenue loss. So here my lead time from supplier RK Enterprises is 10 days. So how many days I will have a loss? If I ask supplier RK Enterprises to deliver the product? 1 day. How? 10 minus 9. Right? How many days delay is happening? Because for me the benchmark is 9 days. Okay. So the benchmark is 9 days. If any supplier delivers the product within 9 days, I will not have any loss in the factory. I will not have any restrictions in the factory. Okay, for 9 days. If any supplier delays beyond beyond the benchmark of 9 days, I will be having a loss. So what is that here? 15 days. So how many days of delay? Beyond the benchmark? 15 minus 9? Am I right? Are you guys getting the point?
Yes.
Yes.
So here I'll do 15 minus what? 9. So how many days delay for the BK Enterprises for the benchmark? I'm saying that 9 days is that 9 days till 9 days I will not have any loss. But if any suppliers deliver the product beyond the 9 days, I will have a loss. So here how many days delay is happening for the benchmark from the BK Enterprises?
3 days.
Okay. Here next. Any answer? For
10 days.
10 days. Okay, so what is the loss per day? We have calculated here, right? Loss per day.
10,000.
Yeah,
40,000.
1000. 1 in
40. 1 to 40.
1 to 40, right?
2,40,000.
So it will be here how much? Why is not coming? So we are updating the formula. 6 into
2,40,000.
240,000. Okay. Then here it is 3 more.
1,20,000 and 4 lakhs.
And here 10 into Let's wait for the values to get updated. Okay. Now we have to make a selection. Which supplier we should go to buy the? Which supplier we should choose to buy the product of television. Previously, on the basis of previous analysis, which we have chosen either we have chosen our chosen BK Enterprises as a number one priority, number one supplier, TK Enterprises as a number two supplier. Now here, now you have to make a selection. Who is your number one supplier now?
RK Enterprise.
RK Enterprises. Okay. So the minimum loss we are suffering because is okay, 40,000 rupees. Yes. Okay. The total cost to company is a new terminology we have to apply based upon these parameters. There are many parameters are used for calculating the total cost to company, but based upon right now we are using only these parameters. Okay. What is total cost to company? 10,000 plus loss per day 40,000. Okay. I'm dragging this formula. Okay. So now the total cost to company is 50,000 rupees, which is coming from RK Enterprises. Although TK Enterprises was the lowest in cost, TK Enterprise was the lowest in cost, but the revenue loss which is happening because of delay is the highest in the case of TK Enterprises. Hence, the total cost to company is coming very high for a supplier whose cost is very low, cost per piece is very low, but the delay is very high. Right? See, the entire equation has changed. The entire equation has changed. Previously, our BK Enterprise was the number one. Now here RK is the number one.
Hello.
Yeah.
Chris, can you explain this revenue loss caused by delay beyond 9 days?
Suppose what happens in industries. See, I have given example of simple case scenario. I will give one more scenario. You want raw material. You want raw material to be actually landed in your facility in 9 days because there is an order which has to be delivered to the customer. Okay. And customer is not ready to entertain any delay. If any delay happens, customer will cancel the order or customer will actually put a very heavy penalty, very heavy penalty on. Okay. So you got a customer order which has to be delivered and you don't have a raw material and you are asking the supplier to give the raw material to you. And you know that there is a time frame which we have to use the raw material in the manufacturing and then pack it and deliver it, means on the transportation. Okay, so that's what your task is. Objective is, means you are not buying raw material, you are buying raw material to deliver the product which will be formed or derived from the raw material. Okay, and after forming and after deriving you have to ship it to the customer. If supplier's lead time is very high, so you are going to lose the order. If supplier's lead time is very high, you are going to lose the order. So what is the loss? What is the value of order? Maybe in crores. Sometimes the value of crore orders are in crores. Sometimes the value of orders are in lakhs, 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs, 70 lakhs. So just for raw material, are you going to lose the big order? Just because a supplier is actually giving you a big cost benefit. Just because a supplier is giving you a very big cost benefits, are you going to lose the order? Supplier is giving cost benefit, but at the same time, he is also giving you bigger lead time. So just to get the bigger lead time, compromising on the cost, okay. So are you ready to lose the order, customer order, which has been given to you?
No.
So the impact, just because of this low cost order and high lead time order, you are risking your customer order to be lost. So you have to see when you're deciding a lead time, you have to see, okay, the cost is less, the lead time, the lead time is very high. But what if I buy this product from this supplier whose lead time is high and cost is less? Will it help me to deliver my product to the customer? No, because he is delaying the delivery of raw material. So you are in a position to risk your customer orders. You are in a position to risk your brand value. So that is what actually I'm trying to explain from here by using a metric here. So in the real time, you will have a metrics. If I get the order late by 15 days or by 15 days, what will happen to my customer orders? What will happen to my customer order? What is the order value? What is the order value? So just for the order value of 1 crore, are you ready to buy a product of 9,000 rupees, which is going to, you know, uh, create a risk of losing a customer order. So that's what I'm saying. So here the loss per day, I've actually mentioned in a different terms, but in the real time scenario, the loss per day will be a customer orders. How many orders you will lose just because of buying a product from a supplier whose lead time is high, but cost is less. Is it clear now? I'm ready to explain more scenarios if it is not clear.
Once explain, please.
Okay. So let me give you one example. You got a customer order. Customer order is you have to deliver by 30th June. And today's date is what?
No.
11th June. So how many days we have? 20 days. Okay. So within 20 days you have to deliver the product. So now if you don't have in stock, you don't have product in the stock. What will do? You will order the raw materials from the supplier. First activity. Second, supplier doesn't have in stock, for example, the raw materials. What he will do? He will purchase, just like we have mentioned the top. Purchase and manufacture. So the total lead time, he'll take, suppose I assume 7 days. Supplier doesn't have in stock, okay? So there are, so order 1 to 2. He will actually purchase and he will order the raw material from the supplier. So he will take, let's say, 2 days. We are ordering, a buyer is ordering. So supplier will purchase and manufacture and ship. Entirely will take around 15 days. I will say 25 days. Total lead time is what? 27 days. And his cost is how much? Let's assume say 9,000 rupees. Okay. So what will happen? If you buy this product from this supplier, what will happen? Would you be able to manufacture the product and ship the product?
We will delay by 7 days.
7 days. So is the customer is ready to wait for you for 7 days?
No.
The 27 days are only supplier, right? Now you have to also manufacture it. Manufacture, buyer will manufacture and ship. He will take around something 15 days. Total lead time is 27 plus 15, 42 days. And supplier is ready to give you at a very low cost, very low price, the product. So are you going to buy the product from the supplier? And if you're going to
No.
buy, no. And why you don't want to, you're not willing to buy this product from supplier?
There will be delay in delivering the material.
Correct? That's what I'm trying to say. Because if you're compromising, you're compromising on the, because the cost is less, and you're buying a product because the cost is less, although the lead time is very high. So what is the impact of that particular decision? What is the impact of the decision? So we need to analyze that. What could be the impact of the decision when we are trying to compromise on lead time? Okay, just for the sake of the cost. So the impact is very high on the customer order. So we are going to lose an order just because for the cost. So that's what I'm trying to mention here. So you will be losing the order. If you buy from TK Enterprises, you will lose the, you are losing. There is a loss. Although the cost is very less, but the overall impact of the revenue, the overall profit margins, overall impact, the overall financial impact is very high. We are trying to save the purchase cost, but we are not focusing on what would be the impact or the financial impact to the organization. What would be the cost to company for that organization if I buy the product from TK Enterprises?
In most hello.
Yeah.
In most of the companies, buyers don't analyze this impact, right?
Yeah, buyers don't actually analyze this fact.
Yeah.
Because if they're buying the product on the base of the cost, so they are actually, in fact, actually creating more problems for the company, because the company, their organization will have more impact on the financial aspect. Okay. So we need to understand this. Okay. Now comes the fact. Okay, supplier TK Enterprise is giving me a good offer. So how should I tackle that? Because there is a benefit. There is a benefit here. 9,000 rupees. There is benefit. So how should I handle this? Why should I reject it? Now, the second question comes is, why should I reject it? Reject it. Okay. So let's see how to handle that now. So let me say my total requirement.
Quantity.
Total requirement televisions is equal to. Are you getting the point?
Yes.
Is 10 units. And I say that if I get 3 units, I would be able to deliver my current order. Okay, if I get 3 units of television, that is sufficient for me to deliver the current order without rejections. That's what actually, So how many units I can buy? I can buy later. I can buy for later. 7 units, right? 10 minus 3 7. So 7 units I can wait to buy later, because for me it's very important to give 3 units to the shop floor so that they can get the visibility of design, process, so the workers can actually perform better by looking at the television. Okay. So 7 units I can actually afford to buy later. Okay. Now when? Let's distribute 7 units time zones. So next to you, I will say next 1 unit I require in 10 days. Okay. Next 2 units I require in 15 days. And the last unit I want in 25 days. Okay. So how do we actually allot this breakup to different suppliers?
This is from buyer's point of view, right?
Yeah, buyer's point of view.
Yeah.
So what I want is, I'm 3 units I'm giving the order to whom? Because I want
Seller.
urgent. So RK, allotment of, so RK Enterprise will get 3 units because that's the lowest lead time. I want to give him the order. So next one unit in 10, next 1 unit in 10 days. Let me put this as 12, yeah, 12 days. So who will get this order? BK Enterprises, because the lead time is from BK Enterprises 12 days. Next 2 units 15 days. Who will get the order? SK Enterprises. So the lead time from the SK Enterprises 15 days. And the last 1 unit is requiring 25 days. So who will get? TK Enterprises. Right? So this is the way we need to allot based upon the requirements. Based upon the requirements. 3 to 5 plus 6 and 7. So first what you have to see is what is our lead time and how many days we want the product. So that information will come from where? Requisition. The user will fill the requisition form. So we'll get to know this information from the requisition form. Now then once we get a requisition form, then we'll send those order PO to, or maybe we'll ask quotes from the supplier. Suppliers will give us the lead times. Then we'll map which supplier's lead time is matching with our internal lead time, internal requirement lead time. So this is the way we need to do the lead time optimization. The lead time is connected with the revenue. Okay. The lead time has a relationship with the revenue of the organization. Because
Chris, this job is done by buyer, right?
yeah, this job has to be done by a spend analytics professional or a buyer.
Okay.
So what is lead time and what are the breakups of the lead time I've given over here. Okay. Okay, I'll share the sheet with you so you can understand what are the activities, who does those activities, how much time they take the activities, and who is the best supplier. Okay, based upon the various scenarios. Okay, so when you assign a supplier, you need to check the scenarios. Okay, how much time is taking, why is taking, does he keep stock, does he keep product stock, is he is very near to our factory, does he have a distribution facility near to a factory. Okay, if he doesn't keep the product stock, does he keep the raw material stock? Okay, if he doesn't keep the raw material stock, if he if he actually buys those raw material from the supplier, how much time their suppliers take to ship the product? How much time they take to manufacture? How much time they take to ship the product? So all those things we need to analyze in order to understand who will be the best lead time, who can provide a product at a minimum lead time. Okay. So lead time optimization. What is called lead time optimization?
Reducing the delivery time.
Yes. So we need to minimize the lead time of the delivery of the products or services. Okay. So any doubts here, Prashant, Poonam?
Hello.
Yeah.
Which as a buyer, I have the data of the quotations given by from the supplier.
Okay.
So I can start analyzing the data and perform the impact analysis also together simultaneously. So
Yeah.
what is the case like if I am in the position of a consultant? So how to gather information?
See, when you have to capture data of two things. See, every product when we manufacture, so there is a every time there will be MRP generated. MRP is called material requirement planning. Okay, so MRP is generated. So we have to look at the product, then the MRP date. Okay, then when we look at MRP, the two things happen. How much raw materials were available, how much raw materials were not available. So you have to look, check next thing. So let me write here. Product means which is to be shipped to the customer. So we'll look at the product's name. Okay. Then we'll look at the MRP date, MRP reference number. Okay. Stock availability. It will be yes or no. Okay. Date of delivery to customer. And on this date we have to deliver the product to the customer. Then supplier.
Hello.
Yeah.
Lead time optimization, this kind of projects can be done for future requirements, right?
For
Future requirements.
yeah, lead time optimization we have done for the future requirements only, because whatever happened historically, okay, we cannot do anything on that because that is done. What has to be done in the future? How to actually, whom to allot supplier, which supplier is the best supplier, whom to allot the next order, which particular product has to be allotted to the supplier. You know, so those things, those are the analysis we need to do on the lead time. Supplier allotted, yeah.
From buyer point of view, I'm comfortable. From pen analytics consultant point of view, I'm comfortable. How to do?
Okay. Okay, we'll do on the data. So the concept is, the concept what we have discussed is this. Okay, the same concept will be
Okay.
used on, same concept will be used on the data. So this data will solve that, will answer your question. Okay, suppose we have data like this, or we have fields like this. Have a product and running an MRP. So whether I have a stock available or not. At the time when we ran the MRP, so is a complete stock was available or not? It's not one product or two products. Suppose I have a bill of materials. So we have the bill of materials. Suppose we have almost 15 parts or 15 raw material sets are being used to manufacture a product. So even if one raw material is not available, so we will say stock was not available. Okay. Then date of delivery to the customer. Suppose I have a date which is to be given to the customer. Okay. And which supplier has been allotted for the particular raw material. And what is the part name or raw material name. So how much time supplier has taken to deliver the product. So okay. And delay occurred, is any delay occurred on delivery of the product to the customer. Okay. If a delay happened, what was the customer response to the delay? Any penalty happened or customer cancelled the order. So if it is a penalty, we'll write the financial impact, what's the penalty amount. If it is cancellation, we'll write the order cancellation amount. So do we have any other supplier who ships the same product? Okay. So we'll write the name of the product there. Then we also write the name of the. So once we have data like this, so what we'll do, so I have to build a demo data. I don't have a data on this, so I will build a demo data later on. So I'll just explain the concept here. We'll do the analysis by building a demo data in our next session. So here I will analyze my my historical data, and I'll see that for how many orders where the delay has occurred from the supplier, how many orders where delays occurred from the supplier. Okay, this is important. This is a column. So I'll just write how many orders there was a delay. First, second is for which products we had a delay, from which suppliers we had a delay. If a supplier had a delay, how many times if supplier did a delay, how many times customer penalized?
Denied him.
Okay. Okay. If a supplier did a delay, how many times customer cancelled? Customer has cancelled the order. If a supplier did a delay, how many times and cancelled the and penalized? Then how many times we have chosen a low cost supplier? If a supplier, same thing, the supplier, how many time but and customer cancelled. If supplier did delay and customer has cancelled the order. How many times we have chosen a low cost supplier? Always low cost and high lead time. Low cost. Now, what could have been the better supplier or even the better options? Then the chosen supplier. And from them, what could have been the responses? What would have been the customer responses? Or could have, and could a better response be achieved in case the order being given to them? What could have been the financial improvement or savings or earnings if a different or other if another supplier would have been chosen? And whom we shall recommend? Whom shall we recommend as a better supplier under different lead time scenarios? Okay. If we do this much of analysis from this data, we will be able to generate the savings to the organization as a spend analytics professional. Okay. So let's build the demo data or the dummy data, then we'll do this analysis. Are you there, Prashant? Hi, Puram.
Yes.
Yeah. So Puram, we'll build a dummy data on this particular business field which I have written here, and then based upon
Okay.
this dummy data, we'll do the analysis. Okay. Whatever written here, so we'll do the analysis of it. So this is what we have to do. If somebody understands the concept on the top, so this analysis will be very easy to do. So lead time optimization, the objective of lead time optimization is of course we have to reduce the lead time, but at the same time we have to see that we are not actually impacting the quality of the product. We are not impacting the our business relationship with suppliers. So those things also has to be taken care. So any questions from your side?
No.
Okay. So this is one of the most important topic. Actually, most of the companies are do actually look for people who can reduce their lead times for delivery.
Okay.
So if you can, so we'll do it. We'll definitely will do it. I'll build a data actually. I didn't have a data. on this. We'll build the data and then we'll do an analysis of all these questions, which will give us the answers whether we can actually reduce the lead time or not. But if you focus on this, how to do those things is a different thing, which I'll train you people. Okay. So that's. So is Prashant back? Yeah, Prashant. So see, this is what the analysis we have to do on the basis of data. Okay. So how many orders in which there was a delay? For which products we had a delay? For which suppliers we had a delay? Okay. So we will do a probabilistic calculations. We'll do a probabilistic calculation. Suppose I have 100 orders. Out of 100 orders, I had delay of 10 orders. So what I will say here, 100 orders. Okay. Total orders is equal to 100. So delay orders are how much? Suppose 30. Okay. So how many suppliers have delayed that? That means 10 suppliers. See, these are my questions and I'm answering below here. Okay. This will be done the same way by doing the analysis in the data. If a supplier had a delay on 30 orders, how many times were penalized? Penalized. I'll say 5 times, 15 times got 17 times got penalized. How many times we got order cancellation? Okay, order cancellation. So 13 times is the order cancellation. So if we have a cancel order, and let me also per time penalization is, this will differ in the real time. Per time penalization is suppose 2000 rupees. So I had a loss of 2000 into 17. Almost how much? 34,000. I lost an order, each per order is something like to say 30 lakhs. Let me say 1 lakh. So what is my loss of order cancellation? 13. I lost 13 orders, 13 lakhs. Okay, and this is here how much? 34,000. Okay. What is total loss? 34,000 plus 13,000 or 13 lakhs. Now, this is my quantification, that how much I lost because of those suppliers. Now, what do we do? How many times we have chosen a low cost and high time lead supplier? So whenever a penalty was actually penalty occurred, okay. So we low cost and high lead time chosen suppliers. So how many times we chosen? Suppose there's 10 times I've chosen this. So my error is how much? Error was how much is erroneous? How many times I made the erroneous decision? So 10 divided by 13. So 17. So 58% times I made a wrong decision. 58% time I made a wrong decision. Thus I have chosen a low cost and a high lead time supplier. Okay, so if I would have chosen a right supplier in this 58.82%, I would have I would have not lost, I would have not paid penalty. Similarly, for order cancellation, and high lead time and low cost supply. How many times you have chosen? So out of 13 times I have chosen 9 times. So what is the profit? 9 by 13. Let's find the answer. Let's look at the answer. Now, before answering this question, I'll go to the financial improvement side. Okay. If I would have taken a better decision in this time, 58.82% time, how much savings I would have got? This much savings. I would have saved 20,000 rupees. Because 58.82% time I made an error. So if 58.82% into total financial loss caused by penalization. So I would have saved 20,000 for my organization. Now, how much savings which I would have got if I would have given a better supplier? How much cancellation I would have saved? I would have prevented. So that is 69.23% into 13 lakhs. The total savings could have been 20,000 plus face value. So how much total savings I would have got if I would have made if I avoided those erroneous decisions? Almost 9 lakh 20,000 rupees I would have saved. Now, so we have to recommend who could have been the better choices in this 58.82% time. Or who could have been the better choices? Who could have been a better supplier choice in this 69.23% of the occasions? That recommendation we have to give. So recommend a better supplier for reducing or eliminating the order cancellation and order penalization for 69.23% and 58.82% of the occurrences. Okay, so this is what a spend analytics professionals will draw the inference. This is what a spend analytics professional will create a solution. Make sense, Prashant?
Yes, Krish.
Okay, so this is what we have to generate. So if I apply this method, I will easily give my organization a savings of 9 lakh 20,000 rupees by just focusing on lead time optimization. So these are data we need to build, and these are the questions we need to ask. Based on these questions, we will be coming up this kind of inference or summary. From this summary, we have to generate the saving like this. Poonam, does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys can do a little optimization with your current organization and see, whether if you do the project personally on your current organization, then we will be, we will understand that how much savings we can generate. And if you struggle on that area, then I am there to help you. So, is it possible for you, Poonam, to do one lead time optimization on your existing company? I'll share this sheet with you, so you can, or if you have any questions, we can. I will be able to answer you. So we can build one project on lead time optimization. This is very very desired tool or desired skill which every company looks on the buyers or supply chain professionals or procurement professionals. So if you do a project on this and if you struggle anywhere, I am there to help you. Okay. So I think we cannot do the order consolidation today. We have to end our call over here itself on the lead time optimization. So we may be wrapping up our spend analytics training. I think next week, by next Sunday, I think we will be able to complete it. So we have 3 or 4 tools only left, which we are going to apply, or 3 or 4 strategies are left, which has to be applied. So we will be able to complete our spend analytics training by this week, by next Sunday. In another 3 or 4 sessions, we'll complete it. It's probably order consolidation and contract management, then bit of inventory management. Then we'll work on the transportation cost and PCO. So that will sum up our spend analytics training. So what I suggest is,
Hello?
yeah.
Which project you were saying? Actually got disconnected.
Okay. So I'm talking about lead time optimization. Okay. So in your current company, you can actually work on you can choose the parts, products, and kind of suppliers you're ordering it, and what is the impact of ordering. Is that products which are coming on time or coming late? If it is coming on time, if it is coming late, what is the impact? Or if it is coming on time also, is that on time is as per the requirement of the users? Okay. If coming late, what is the impact on the customers? Then how can we actually take a better decisions so that we can actually get a better lead time. Even if it's on time, can we reduce, if suppose some suppliers are giving you on time, even if it's on time, how can we reduce lead time further? Is there any possibility of reducing the lead time further? Can we give the order to some other supplier for the same product so that we can get a better lead time? It's not only if it's on time. If it is on time also, we have to think whether we can actually there is any possibility of reducing the lead time or not. Okay. So I'll tell you so collect the data of your suppliers and product, their lead, the actual date which you have given, actual date they have shipped, actual date required by the user, actual date on which a product was to be manufactured and delivered to the customer. So all this data I have to collect. Let me also type here what data you need to collect for if you want to do a project. So what data you need to collect. I've already given it, so I'll simplify it further. Okay. Product name, product name to be shipped to customer. Then requisition date. We have to collect this data, requisition date. Then PO date, supplier shipping date, supplier, I'll simply say supplier promised date, supplier ship date, supplier delivery date. Promise date of product delivery date. Delay in shipment from supplier. Delay in
PO number is also there, right?
PO is on, PO number is on. Delay in shipment from your side to your customer.
From supplier point of view.
Yeah, the supplier is, this is the supplier point of view, delay in shipment from supplier. And this is from our side to our customer because we are using supplier's product to manufacture a product to our customer.
Okay.
Customer response. Penalty amount. Customer cancel the order or cancel order value. Customer cancel order value. Okay. If you can capture this data, and what were the other options we have? Other supplier options. Top 3 suppliers. Okay? Top second choice supplier. Second choice supplier. Lead time. Second choice supplier. Cost. Similarly, third choice. Second choice price because we have given the order to already to the first choice. Third choice supplier lead time. Then third choice supplier cost. If you can capture this data from your system of your existing company, then you are good enough to do some lead time optimization. Okay. So this is what you have to do. Then we'll start doing the we can do on project on lithium optimization. Similarly, we have done on the cost. This is quite similar to. So like this, if you can do one project, each one project, I think that will help you to build your
Yes,
confidence.
please.
Okay. So let me know if you require my help on building this project. So I'm ready to help you guys. Okay. So any other questions?
Hello.
Yeah.
Krish, I'm confused with that category coding concept.
You are?
Category coding concepts.
I didn't get your voice. What was the question?
I'm confused with that category coding concepts, Krish.
Okay. You're completing or I didn't actually.
No, I'm completed. I'm confused with the concepts. I didn't get it properly.
Oh, you're confused. So what was the issue there?
How to code as per each level.
How to code as per each level. Okay. Okay, so we can have one more session on that. So we can actually have one more session actually. So simply, we need the concept is we need to understand what should be the length of our coding, and second is how many what kind of characters we will use on the length on the coding. We'll only go with the numbers, or we'll go with the numbers as well as letters, or we'll go number, letters, and some other characters. Okay, the second concept we have to consider. So, okay, if you want, we can have one more session on that.
Okay.
So, Poonam, hello, is Poonam there? Okay. So, I think you should also participate in the next the coding concept. You should also participate on that. So we can actually plan one session, where you can also be present on that session. So you need to give us some good time so I can actually have a discussion on that. So let us know your time when we can plan that category coding once again. Okay. Okay. So Sunday only get time. Okay, we'll think about this. Okay. Meanwhile, Prashant, you also write one email to me that what are the issues you faced on the category coding, so that I can focus on that only, so that you will be able to.
Okay.
Okay. So okay, let's end the class for today, and we have our next class on Tuesday. Okay. Thank you guys for joining.